Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were already in the limelight, dominating college basketball with their intense rivalry. They embodied contrasting styles and personalities. Reese, confident and bold, didn't shy away from letting her emotions spill on the court. Clark, on the other hand, was surgical, reserved until she hit a three-pointer, and followed it up with a cold-blooded stare that could make even the referee feel small. Their games drew fans not just for the skill on display, but for the intrigue of their dynamic, and for a brief while, it felt like the two were on parallel paths, destined to face each other at every step. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Then came an unexpected twist in this tale that had everyone talking. Angel Reese, the LSU star, stepped up and made a move that effectively stopped Clark from taking what was rumored to be a major contract in Europe. The backstory here: Clark had been eyeing the possibility of bypassing the WNBA's current landscape, where rookies face strict salary caps, and opting for a contract in a European league. The European leagues are known for paying top dollar to American stars, often offering far more than the WNBA's rookie limits. But Reese wasn't having it. When she saw the headlines buzzing about Clark's potential move, Reese's competitive spirit flared up. In the public's eye, this was another battle between these two young superstars. Only this time, it wasn't just about buckets and blocks. It was about shaping the future of the WNBA. Reese's response wasn't vocal or elaborate, but her play on the court did most of the talking. Reese began racking up statistics and pulling in crowds, boosting her value in a league that's seen rising stars come and go. She broke records for rebounds and defensive plays, and her aggressive offensive style, coupled with her trademark celebrations, made sure her presence was felt in every game. It was almost like Reese was issuing an open challenge to Clark, taunting her to stay stateside and take the battle to the next level in the WNBA. But what was most striking wasn't just Reese's numbers, it was her clear sense of timing. As Clark seemed to weigh her options between the bright lights of Europe and the WNBA's potential, Reese's star kept shining brighter, making the domestic league look like the right place to be. Reese wasn't going to let Clark, or anyone for that matter, leave for overseas when the real story was still being written right here. By the time Clark's potential European deal fizzled out, the message was loud and clear. The WNBA was where this rivalry would continue, and the league wasn't just relying on tradition anymore. It was investing in a new generation of stars like Reese, whose boldness and swagger brought new energy to a sport that needed it. Some fans and analysts speculated that Reese's rise and growing influence were key in getting Clark to stay. After all, basketball thrives on rivalries, and if one half of the most anticipated rivalry in years was playing in Spain or Italy, the buzz would have died down quickly. Reese knew this. She's as much a master of the psychological game as she is of blocking shots. The basketball world took notice as Reese's rise coincided with breaking records and expanding what was possible for young players in the WNBA. In one of her most memorable games, Reese broke the single-game record for most rebounds, earning herself a standing ovation. But even as the crowd erupted, she kept her cool, throwing a knowing glance at the cameras, almost like she was saying, "Where do you at, Caitlin?" It's not hard to see why Reese's actions carried such weight. She wasn't just trying to win games, she was trying to win the hearts and minds of a generation of fans and players. She understood that the league's growth needed big moments and big personalities, and she was willing to fill both shoes. Reese's open celebrations and bold gestures weren't just random bursts of emotion. They were carefully orchestrated moments designed to build her brand and the WNBA's by extension. Her celebrations also had a humorous side. After one particularly hard-fought win, she did a little dance that quickly turned into a viral meme. Fans recreated the move on social media, dubbing it the Reese Wiggle, and it became her signature. Every time she did it after that, it was like a little message to the fans: "I'm still here, and I'm still winning." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's contract talk began to shift. The rumors of a move to Europe were now drowned out by Reese's record-breaking spree. Reese was breaking the mold and making it impossible for someone like Clark to leave without looking like she was running from the challenge. Reese wasn't throwing shade at Clark directly, but the subtle pressure was there. It was like two heavyweight boxers trading jabs in the press conference before the big fight, except this time, the jabs were three-pointers and no-look passes. The WNBA, for its part, wasn't sitting idly by. Sensing the surge in popularity and talent, they quickly adjusted rookie contracts and promotion strategies, indirectly capitalizing on the new rivalry. Reese's antics on the court gave the league the storyline it needed to market these young stars as must-watch television. Reese knew what she was doing, and in her own way, She had forced the WNBA to step up its game. The implications of this move went beyond just Reese and Clark. They inadvertently sparked conversations about the WNBA's financial model and the potential exodus of talent to Europe. By holding down the fort and creating this atmosphere of competitive excitement, Reese and Clark didn't just elevate their own brands, they elevated the entire league. If Clark had left, it would have sent a message that the WNBA wasn't the ultimate goal for young stars. Reese's dominance and her unmistakable enjoyment of it effectively put an end to that conversation. As for Clark, she didn't make a public announcement about staying, but her continued presence in WNBA discussions spoke volumes. Reese and Clark seemed to understand that they were now inextricably linked, two rising forces driving the league to new heights. They couldn't afford to let their story play out on separate continents. The stakes were too high, and the fans were too invested. In many ways, Reese's actions were a perfect mix of confidence and calculation. She didn't try to appeal to Clark directly. Instead, she turned her performances into an open challenge. Reese wasn't just playing basketball. She was playing a larger game, making sure the world knew that the story wasn't done, not by a long shot. The next NBA season was set up to be one of the most exciting in years, with both Reese and Clark taking their rivalry to the professional stage. There was a sense that they were ushering in a new era of basketball, one where personality and skill went hand in hand. Fans could feel it, and so could the league. The press ate it up, writing pieces about the future of the WNBA and how Reese's bold moves saved the league from losing one of its biggest potential stars. But Reese didn't seem fazed by the attention. If anything, she thrived on it. She took to social media, thanking fans for their support and making it clear that she wasn't done yet. There were even whispers of a documentary being planned to chronicle her journey, a clear sign that she was more than just an athlete. She was becoming a cultural icon. Clark, for her part, remained focused and dedicated, almost as if she was waiting for the right moment to respond on the court. If Reese was the loud one, full of brash energy and celebrations, Clark was the quiet storm, brewing beneath the surface and waiting to strike. Their differing styles made for an intriguing dynamic, and fans couldn't wait to see it unfold. The humor in all this wasn't lost on Reese. After one post-game interview, she joked, "I just hope Caitlin ain't mad at me," before flashing that signature grin. It was a light-hearted jab, but it revealed just how aware Reese was of the narrative surrounding them. She wasn't taking herself too seriously, but she was taking the competition seriously enough to keep the rivalry alive. Looking at the bigger picture, Reese's impact was undeniable. By staying true to herself and playing the game on her terms, she showed a level of awareness and charisma that is rare in young stars. She wasn't just chasing records, she was chasing a legacy, one where her name would be synonymous with a new chapter in WNBA history. The way Reese stepped up when the league needed a star to rally around wasn't just luck or coincidence. It was the result of a fierce determination to be the best. And in doing so, she made sure that the rivalry with Clark stayed front and center, giving fans something to look forward to for years to come. She wasn't interested in playing in a shadow. She was interested in creating one that others would have to play in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.